Before we get into it, I invite you to join my Patreon. If you're serious or even just curious about meeting Slavic or Eastern European women, that's where I share exclusive advice. Some tiers even include one-on-one chats or personalized guidance about relationships, attraction, or how to handle real situations you're going through. The link is in the description and I'd love to see you there. Now, you know how some women are just hard to reach? She doesn't flirt, she doesn't say anything direct, but you still get that little feeling like maybe she's into you, but then again, maybe not. It's confusing, especially if you're a guy who's not used to picking up on subtle social cues. And honestly, a lot of women are exactly like that, especially the more feminine traditional ones. They don't make the first move, they don't say it outright, but they do show you, just not with words. And if you miss the signs, it's easy to think she's not interested at all. Or even worse, you might walk away thinking you did something wrong when actually you were the close, to winning her over. So let's talk about these quiet signals that a lot of guys overlook, because women have a whole system of showing interest without even saying it directly. And once you know what to look for, it becomes way clearer who's into you and who's not. And you stop second-guessing yourself all the time. So let's start with the most obvious one, and the one most men still don't trust: eye contact. If a woman looks at you more than once, she's not doing it by accident, guys, especially if she's quickly, looks away and then looks back a minute later. She's watching your energy, your body language, she's curious. A woman who doesn't care about you will just ignore you, that's it. She won't keep checking to see where you are or what you're doing. But one who's interested will keep those little glances going. It's like her way of saying, I see you, without actually saying anything. And I get it. Sometimes you look at a girl and she looks back and you think, well, maybe she just looked because I was looking. But if it happens more than once, or if you catch her scanning the room and then locking eyes with you again, that's a real sign, especially if she smiles a little or fixes her posture when she notices you watching. Some women will hold your gaze and some will look away right away, but both can be interest. The shy ones especially, they will look, then panic and turn their head, and 5 seconds later they are looking again. That's the giveaway. Another strong signal is when she finds reasons to be near you physically, even if she's not saying a word, watching where she positions herself. If you are at a party and she drifts closer over time, maybe near your table or stands next to you while grabbing a drink, that's not coincidence. Same thing in the gym. If a woman is working out on one side of the room, then suddenly ends up on a machine near yours, it could be random, yes, sure, but if she does that a few times, no. She's showing interest. Most women are very aware of space and proximity. They don't accidentally end up next to men they are not curious about, especially when they could have gone anywhere else. This kind of body language is so quiet, so low-key, that if you're not paying attention, you will miss it. But once you start noticing, you will realize that women often move toward what they are attracted to, even if they are not ready to talk yet. It's like her instincts are pulling her closer to you. And there is another one that's really important: the way she reacts when you speak. Some women aren't flirty, they are not touchy, they don't jiggle like in the movies, but when you say something, they stop and really listen. They might tilt their head, nod slowly, or mirror your facial expressions without realizing. This shows emotional presence. It means you're not just background noise to her. A woman who's into you will often try to match your energy, and it's not always obvious. She might repeat your phrases or agree with small things just to keep the flow going. And if you make her laugh, watch for how she laughs. Is it a polite smile, or does she actually relax a bit, lean in, touch her hair, or look down, shyly afterward? These are all emotional cues, and they can mean more than 100 words. She might not be the type to say I like you, but if she feels good around you and it shows on her face, in her posture, in the way she stays in the moment, that's a sign. Also, and this one's super underrated, she remembers little things about you, like your coffee order, or that you said you hate rainy weather, or that you mentioned you're working on a new project. You bring it up later and she already knows. That's not random, that's attention. And attention is one of the biggest forms of interest. Women don't store mental notes about guys they don't care about. So if she brings up something from a past conversation, especially a small detail, it means she was actually paying attention. And not just to respond in the moment, but because she wanted to remember. A woman who recalls things you said is a woman who values what you say. It means she's playing your words back in her head later, and that's a very intimate thing, even if it doesn't look like it from the outside. Now, here's one that's more psychological. When a woman is a little bit nervous or awkward around you but still tries to engage, she might fidget with her hands or adjust her clothes a little too often. She might stumble on her words or laugh a bit too hard at something that's not funny at all. That's not because she's uninterested. Usually it's the opposite. When a woman is calm, polite, but a little stiff, she's probably trying to make a good impression. She's aware of how she looks, she's aware of you, and studies actually back this up, guys. There's something called nonverbal leakage in psychology where people unconsciously reveal attraction or emotional through body movements, even when they're trying to play it cool. So don't assume that's, a slightly nervous woman isn't into you. Sometimes that's the clearest proof that she is. She's trying not to mess it up, and that says a lot. And it's interesting because research shows that women tend to rely much more on indirect forms of communication in early attraction. And one study actually found that 93% of women's initial courtship behavior was nonverbal. Things like gestures, eye contact, proximity, long before any direct statements were made. Well, that means most of what you will pick up from a woman's interest, especially early on, won't come from her words. It will come from these quiet, almost invisible things. So if you're the kind of guy who always waits for her to say something, you're missing the whole first half of the conversation. And this is especially important if you're shy or less confident, because when you're unsure of yourself, it's easy to read neutral signals as rejection. She didn't smile big, so she must not like me. She didn't, flirt back, so she's not interested. But often it's not like that at all. She's just subtle. She's watching you to see if you pick up the hint. A lot of women will give you that first, breadcrumb, a glance, a move closer, a soft laugh, and then wait. They're not going to do everything. They want to see if you have the confidence to make the next move. So if you're, only reacting to big, loud, obvious signals, you might be missing out on girls who are really interested, just quietly. So here's what you can do with all this. Start training yourself to notice patterns. Not just one look, but 3. Not just one-time laugh, but consistent engagement. If you see her position herself near you, then catch her glance. Then she smiles when you talk. That's a pattern. And that's probably interest. And once you start seeing those patterns, you will feel more confident because it won't be a guess anymore. It will be a read. And confidence grows when your instincts are right. When you walk over to a girl after you notice 3 of those signs, your chance of success goes way up. And that builds trust in yourself. You stop chasing, you start choosing. And let me say this, some women are just friendly. Some are flirty with everyone. That's true. But even then, real interest has a rhythm. If she's only nice in the moment but never tries to engage again, probably not real. But if she keeps showing up near you, keeps remembering what you say, keeps making eye contact from across the room, she's trying to show you most likely, just in her way. And the more you pay attention to these quiet signs, the less you will feel like you're walking blind and dating. You will stop relying only on words and start picking up on what really matters, how a woman feels around you. Because feelings come first, words follow after, and if you can see the signs before they are spoken, you'll always be a few steps ahead of the game.